Hi, welcome to Crystal's Journey. I got a crown in my hair. I am Crystal.
And I am Ben.
And this is a podcast about recovery in my life. And you can catch us on YouTube. And you can like and subscribe if you'd like. And we would love it if you would. You can also catch reels and short clips on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, where else? TikTok,
Yeah,
TikTok, Threads, all over the place. Illuminate, and we are also on Spotify on audio. So, yeah, so all those platforms, you can check us out, and we would love it if you would subscribe to us and enjoy our little podcast. Yeah. So let's get started. So, I want to talk a little bit about how I feel about. Sometimes I have these questions about God and my faith, and throughout my life, I have always thought that I'm Job. I've compared my life to Job. So in the Bible, I don't know if you guys have read the Bible, but in the Bible, there's a guy named Job, and he has trials and tribulations. And at first, he has everything. You know, he's got this great life. He's powerful, has a lot of money, has a great family, has everything. And then at the beginning of Job, it talks about God as hovering over Job, and he's just admiring him, and he's just like, God, he's just such a great servant, and he's so faithful, and God is just loving him and just thinking he's so great. And then Satan comes along, and he's hovering, and he's looking at him, and he's like, yeah, he's not so faithful, la la la. And so now let's, mind you, these are my words. These aren't the words of the Bible. This is me ad-libbing. So I might have it off just a smidge. So anybody out there that, wants to critique the way that I'm saying it, I mean, obviously, this is me saying it in my version. So it might not be exactly the same as the way that the Bible says it. So this is just my version of Job. So it's not going to be perfect, but this is the way I interpret Job of the Bible. And so God and Satan are hovering, and they're talking about Job, and Satan's like, yeah, he's not that faithful. I bet you I can get him to not be that faithful. And God's like, oh no, he's faithful. And so Satan's like, well, let me take some things away from him. And God's like, no way, man. And Satan's like, yeah, let me do some things to him. And God doesn't want to, but Satan's like, yeah, let me test him. So Satan starts taking all these things. And so he takes all this stuff, all his things, and he ends up taking everything from him. And so by the time it's all said and done, Job is at the gates of the city to where he lived with his family with nothing. He has no family, no money, no livestock, no home, no nothing.
Isn't he also sick too?
He's sick. He's destitute. He's, and during this time, he's like, God, why is this happening to me? But during this time, he's still like, I love you, God. I know you're not forsaking me. He's still, talking to God, and he still believes in God, and he still prays to God the whole time. And finally, God's like, okay, Satan, enough. Job is still my servant, and he blesses Job with 10 times the amount of stuff that Job had before, because Job stayed faithful to him, and Satan goes away. And I look at my life like Job, because my life has been up and down like that. I started my life when I was born. I had my parents had money, had money, and excuse me, and I had, I was blessed with, parents that worked very hard and had, I came into the world with, a lot of blessings, and I chose the wrong path, and so I, went down a different road, and I chose the harder path. And had I not chose that way, I probably would have had a completely different lifestyle than than the way that I lived my life. But that's what I chose. But I still was always, I still had God in my heart, and I prayed to God a lot. But a lot of times I just kind of forgot about God. But I was faithful to God, and so when I was in prison, I joined Prison Fellowship, and I still, prayed to God, and throughout my life, I've always kind of been, praying to God, and I'll tell you what, God has never forsaken me, and I'm going through some stuff now, and anyways, today it was funny because I was kind of thinking like, God, why am I going through this? Why am I going through this? And I was like, you know what, Satan, not today, not ever. You are not going to get me. And I remembered Job, and I was like, nope. Satan's not going to get me. And I just remembered that. And I remembered Job, and I was like, I am Job, and Satan's not going to get me, and God is going to give me tenfold of what I deserve. So I just wanted to share that with you, because I know that God is good and God has a plan, and as long as we stay faithful, He will bless us. So you just have to just believe that God's plan is the best plan. So yeah. Anyways, that's all I got with that. And then today's reading from the language of letting go, it's let go of fear of abandonment. And this is really, it goes hand in hand. And so it's, where are you, God? Where did you go? So many people have gone away. We may have felt so alone so much. And I kind of was feeling like that today. In the midst of our struggles and lessons, we may wonder if God has gone away too. There are wondrous days when we feel God's protection and presence, leading and guiding each step and event. There are gray, dry days of spiritual bareness when we wonder if anything in our life is guided or planned, wondering if God knows or cares. Seek quiet times on the gray days. Force discipline and obedience until the answers comes, because it will. I have not gone away, child. I am here always. Rest in me in confidence. All in your life is being guided and planned, each detail. All in your life is being guided and planned in each detail. All I know and I care. Things are being worked out as quickly as possible for your highest good. Trust and be grateful. I am here. I am right here. Soon you will see and know, said God. I believe that. I believe that 110%. Today, I will remember that God has not abandoned me. I can trust that God is leading, guiding, directing, and planning in love each detail of my life. And that is how I feel today. And I didn't read this before I went to work. And it's funny because that's exactly how I felt today when I was thinking. I was like, yeah, I'm not going to worry anymore about my health. I'm not going to worry about anything, because I know that God has a plan, and His plan is better than my plan. So when I start to worry or think, like, what's the next thing for me or whatever, I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing, because I know that He's going to direct me in the right way. And so I know that this podcast is the most important thing for me, because I know that all I want to do is serve Him, and I want people to see this podcast, because all I want to do is let people know that there is a bigger and better thing out there than drugs and alcohol. And I want to give people hope because I know that when I was using, all I wanted was hope, because I had lost so much hope, and I was so scared, and I felt so alone, and I just remember feeling like if I just had something to hold on to, or something, that would give me a little bit of hope, then I could maybe want to stop using. So I guess if I could just give somebody just a little bit of hope, then that's all I want to do. And so that's my mission in life. So with that being said, if you want to get sober, please get a hold of me in the link. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to comment, even if it's to tell me to fuck off. I don't care. I don't care. Whatever you want to say. I am open to any comments or questions. So, yeah. If you have anything to say, Van?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Not really. I mean, I think you did a good job explaining.
Yeah, I do like my crown on my head.
Yeah.
You like
Is
my
that the
head?
octopus?
The octopus.
Yeah, little octopus.
Hey, do you remember that show that we watched with the octopus?
the
What was that show?
Remarkably bright creatures.
Remarkably bright creature.
Light creatures, yeah.
Remarkably Bright Creatures
Yes.
with Sally Fields on Netflix. If I can recommend anything for you guys to watch, that is such a good movie on Netflix. Oh my God, it was so good with Marcellus, the octopus.
Yeah, it's his name.
Oh my God, it was so good. I cried.
Yeah.
Should we watch that tonight?
But
It
also,
was so good.
remember when we went to the zoo and you called the octopus Marcellus?
Marcellus. Oh
You know
my
what
gosh.
You know what the funny thing about that was?
Hmm.
The octopus at the zoo now, that's a new one, by the way.
That new octopus?
The one at the zoo that when we last went, that's a new octopus. The last one died. So it's like the other one is Marcellus and this was the new one.
Yeah, that was such a good movie. Oh my, I don't want to ruin it for everybody, but that was such a good movie. Oh, and then also this show on Netflix. Oh, Netflix has some good shows. Netflix rocks. You know what? Netflix will call me.
Oh my God.
You guys should call me.
And in I Will Find You.
I Will Find You.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was so good. I binged watched that in a day. 24 hours. I watched it 9 episodes. That was so good. Oh my God. I don't even have the whole, I can't even say a whole sentence about it. It was so good. Twists, turns, ooh, he, ha. It was so good. Wow. So good. I left work early to come home and watch it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
I did. I was like, I don't feel good. I didn't feel very good, but I needed to come home and watch it. It was so good. Okay, and I got my shirt on for the Combination Boxing Academy, my son's boxing club in Holdridge, Nebraska. The Combination, this is my son, Kellen Cummins, his boxing club. If you guys want to check it out, it's in Holdridge, Nebraska. Get a hold of Kellen Cummins. Yeah. So shout out to the Combination. Yeah. Anyways, what else do we got? What else? Anything else?
Odyssey comes out in like 5
Odyssey.
days.
We got to see the Odyssey again.
Well,
3rd day in a row.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just saying it because the people who don't know about it, at least they can watch it.
The Odyssey.
Yeah.
It's coming out on the 17th of July.
Yes.
17th. Odyssey. Check it
Spider-Man
out.
Brand New Day as well too.
What?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Brand New
When's
Day.
that coming out?
July 31st, like the end of July.
July 31st.
Yep. So Spider-Man Brand New Day.
Brand New Day.
Tom-
Woo!
Both movies have Tom
Tom
Holland in it,
Holland.
by the way.
Tom Holland. You rock.
And also, funny thing. Zendaya's in both of those as well.
Gee whiz.
So
Didn't they just get married?
Yeah, they got married, so.
The Lovebirds. They are a good couple, though, aren't they?
Yeah.
All right. Well, all right. Well, get a hold of us in the link. And me. Get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Me.
Well, don't forget
Me.
Taz.
Me.
Ow.
Me. All right. Have a great day.
Yes.
Take care.
Have a nice rest of your day.
All right. Over and out.
Goodbye.